Yeah, there we go. So let's get this going. And there we go. So there's this piece right here. It says global inflation. Crisis is basically everywhere. Currencies dropping, warning of financial stability. Banks worried. There's a problem. There's a reaction to that. And the solution is basically coming up. But what's that solution? Come on, you guys. ISO 222 compliancy coming literally in a month, right? It says, again, early congratulations to the XRP community. Of course, we have that to the moon icon. It says all the XRP tokens that have all the XRP tokens that ever will exist have already been created, and Ripple distributes them accordingly to a predetermined schedule. That means no inflation. And I thought that was a pretty interesting statement because we're always talking about, 2022's inflation and how crappy it is. So I wanted to point that out. I do see I got a DM. Hopefully it's nothing too controversial. Oh God, here we go. Pandora's box. See what's gonna happen. Oh, okay, maybe that's just a regular. All right, I'll read that later. Thank you, though. I saw my face on it, so I don't know. But anyway, I just want to share that part with you guys. Let me see. What is this? Who's holding at least one? Okay, how about 10? All right, well, shout out to Blue Ricky. He's holding 10 million Terra Luna Classic. We finally made it, guys. We talked about Luna Classic just a little bit. I know that it's not the focus of today's show, but I am going to show you this other thing. And let me just pull it up because it's actually another video piece with audio. So it needs to be presented a certain way. No way you could hear it because otherwise it's just going to sound like garbage. And of course, you don't want that. Let me pull it up. Here it is. And let's see here. All right. There we go. Yep. I know. It's crazy. It's Tricky Dick. Tricky Dicky. Here we go. So it says full circle 51 years later. And the rolling of the eyes. I saw that little emoji earlier from Mike Cornwell. It says President Nixon announcing the most dramatic changes in financial, economic, and monetary history back in 1971. Now I get it. What is this? Well, getting off the gold standard. But it just pounds home a little bit more because you know what? If you can't reflect on history and learn from history, then history repeats itself. So let's take a moment just to kind of hear this. And it's only about a minute and a half, but it really pounds home what is happening, currently speaking, when it comes to our banking system and, just like the collapse of, let's face it, like actual cash and fiat basically. So here we go. I'm just going to blow this up. And once again, here's old Tricky Dick himself.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States. In full cooperation with the International Monetary Fund and those who trade with us, we will press for the necessary reforms to set up an urgently needed new international monetary system. Stability and equal treatment is in everybody's best interest. I am determined that the American dollar must never again be a hostage in the hands of international speculators. I'm taking one further step to protect the dollar, to improve our balance of payments, and to increase jobs for Americans. As a temporary measure, I am today imposing an additional tax of 10% on goods imported into the United States. This is a better solution for international trade than direct controls on the amount of imports. This import tax is a temporary action. It isn't directed against any other country. It's an action to make certain that American products will not be at a disadvantage because of unfair exchange rates. When the unfair treatment is ended, the import tax will end as well.
All right, so there you have it, Mr. Tricky Dick from back in the day, 1971, long before well, let's face it, more like 3 to 4 years before the Watergate scandal. But you know what? I thought we share that again because it gives you an idea. It's like this came full circle. The statements that President Nixon had in 1971 literally have come full circle here 51 years later, Larry. I mean, how crazy is that? You know what I
Very
mean?
crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
history will repeat itself, and especially if you don't reflect on what happened, the mistakes of the past. So I just wanted to kind of, just reiterate that, show you guys, and so on. A lot of you guys already know about stuff like this and watched it. Um, we want to take a brief moment. You want to read this from Crypto Mike?
Yeah. Thank you, Mike, for the $1 donation. Appreciate you doing that.
Thanks, Mike.
We'll go through these comments real fast. There's not